Straight talk from Israel. You're listening to Israel News Talk Radio.
Hi everyone, this is Orly Benny Davis and this is from Jerusalem with Love. Today is August 4th, 2021 and we're here in Israel, the Holy Land, the only land that God Almighty gave to the world, and Israel is its custodian and Jerusalem is its united capital by the testimony of the Bible, the book of all books, the Old Testament that gave us, the Jewish people, the courage and the faith to do God's works. It seemed that the Olympic took us by storms, having a display of human courage and grace with incredible accelerating events that gave us all hope in the human spirit and the unity of the world. The world of athletes is on display and we all just take the note and recognize that we are the same and we share the same emotion and pride when we win and we lose, determination and outstanding record breaking that we saw. We must say thank you to all in the Olympics Games that gave us the opportunity to see the great hearts and perseverance of mankind against all obstacles. Bravo, Japan. Bravo, all athletes. You made our days better, our future hopeful, a great gift to humanity that needed so much, the courage to face the day ahead, and so much to love to overcome the obstacle ahead. This Olympic will be remembered as the one we love, the one we witness greatness and understand the humble in its colors. Outstanding. However, we need to see that when they go home, the dictatorship that run the show, like Lukashenko, does not make them pay for being open-minded. And we have a refugee team already. How we answer will determine how we go further as people. More we need to make sense and decide we all as people of the world we're going to grow into. So we are going to talk about this and we're going to talk about the issue of the days. There is much to talk and a little time, so stay put. We're going to take a break and we'll be back after this.
The return of the Jewish people to the land of Israel was prophesied in the Bible thousands of years ago and is coming true today. Shalom. Join me, Josh Wander, on Israel Unplugged. Listen in as we delve into the spiritual and physical aspects of the Jewish return to Zion. We'll discuss the biblically mandated, historic, and of course practical understandings of this incredible transition from exile to redemption. That's Israel Unplugged, every Monday on IsraelNewsTalkRadio.com.
And we are back. It's Orly Benny Davis, and this is from Jerusalem with Love. Today, I want to welcome all our friends from around the globe, from United States of America, from Israel, United Kingdom, Canada, Mexico, Poland, Brazil, Philippines. What a great show you all gave us in the Olympics. Poland had an incredible team. I know United States, you are leading the polls there, and with winning of so many medals. Of course, United Kingdom, you give a fair fight. Israel got her gold medal, in acrobatic, and it's amazing because we were so excited about, and we're watching them, and you see people getting hurt, you see people, crying, and you see people accelerating, and a lot of records being broken, and it's amazing, and I wish them all well, and I wish the world to get, a really good taste so we can start our Jewish New Year with a new beginning. That's where we believe that our year, there is a cycle, and the cycle restart with, whatever we did, we throw away and we start over again, hoping and praying and asking God forgiveness, of course. And maybe it will be, a new start. Because we have to ask a question that you all have to really be conscious about it. If we know, if we knew what we know now about what happened in 1933, would we stop that war? Would we stop that incredible, massive force of Germany when it started to grow? Did we feel the threat then, or they felt the threat? They knew. I know Churchill was very aware, and he wasn't, listened to for many other reasons. Politics is always in the way. But sometimes we have to determine if we are in jeopardy, if we're seeing any country who jeopardize the world, and what we as people in the world are going to do about it. And the leaders must take responsibility and have the courage to make a decision, because make no mistake, we are determined to overcome all danger in all its form, and we will help and think and collaborate and execute any plan to restore the peace on earth. The last war was the Second World War, and the bottom line, no more war, no more bloodshed, said Mr. Begin, rest in peace, when he started the peace process in 77 with Egypt. The idea is to give the organization that leads the world, the big organization that are all over the place, and hardworking men and women, a plan. We don't give them a plan. The politicians that send all the ambassadors, they just send them to chat, and for some reason, they don't come out with a plan. All so often they come with some criminal, and they decide that, it's under the court of justice or whatever, but it's not serious anymore. Guys, you have to take responsibility as the leaders. If you decide to lead a nation, if you decide to lead a country, you must recognize the threat that are around it, and what opinion you have, you must share with the world. And maybe we can make a difference. Because, for example, today, it's a year since the blast in Lebanon. The Lebanon that took the government who took no responsibility, no accountability. They have nobody to give answer, or to do something about the incredible situation Lebanon is in. And, Hezbollah is still a part of the government, and Nasrallah is meeting now in Iran. Now, who is Amir Azizadeh? Who is it in Iran that everybody is speaking about that is the threat, the upcoming threat? Are we going to have a perspective for devastation? Do we gonna let Iran, who is responsible in attacking the Saudis in Yemen, and feel that the Gulf is up for grasp? We need to answer this. It's a kind of understanding that we all share together. We need to focus on their nuclear capability, but just remember that they send already missiles, direct missiles to Lebanon that are threatening the region. And we have in this region, we have very fragile situation, and we don't want them to even start to think that they can overcome anything. I know America is out of the equation. I know that they're leaving Afghanistan, and there was 2 blasts today or yesterday, and they're already trying to grasp what to do after. But you babysit them for so long that they don't manage to do anything without you. It's not the fact that you come in the country and you display the force and then you go and turn around like in Iraq. We just dropped the bucket and we left. Yes, America needed to go. It was too much. 10 years in a place was, too long. However, did we had to leave all the army equipment there? There is no need to collect everything and bring it back home to make sure that nobody else touch it. But you didn't. You left it, and some other, enemy of peace use it now. It's the same thing like this chemical weapon that they left in the hand of Hezbollah, and it was in the part of Lebanon in 2013. Remember the deal. Russia needed to evacuate all the chemical weapon from Syria, and she said that some of them was missing. She recognized it, and she told the world. They didn't hide it. But for some reason, the world was silent. It's like, what do you think happened to that chemical weapon? Well, it's landed in Beirut, I guess. And in Beirut, they store it, and they wanted to use it as a weapon close to the port, in very vicinity to the exit, to make sure that, they are ready or whatever. But this explodes in the face of the Lebanese that are still kind of a free people that have the spirit and the capacity to make sure that they build a new country, because it was a prosperous country once. And, Amnesty International cannot do anything there except helping the poor, the refugee, whoever is in need. You need to start thinking about a plan. I wonder, France, who is responsible for that region, and Macron did visit there, did nothing. It's amazing, you come and you say something, and then you said, oh, the World Bank will give. It's not about money. The money doesn't go to the people, and it doesn't restore. Are we going to let Hezbollah being in control of that country again? Are we going to let Assad, that is in Syria, be there? I know that the Russians are there, and of course the Iranian forces are trying to be influential, and the Russians are not very happy that the Iranian take over. But just think about the region. Geopolitical map says that if they come from on Saudis, they attack from Yemen, they go on Syria, they are in Syria, they are already making uprising in Lebanon, which give them the capability. They are in Iraq, they are all over, and we are silent as people of the world. And I must say, it's incapability of the decision makers to make a steady and a plan, create a future to get us out of this mess, because you created a mess by putting all this in equation, open equation in the past, and now we're eating the fruit of that. Especially in Israel. And I'm telling you, we have a strong people and strong body that defends us. But whatever, the whole culmination of the idea of the Palestinian issue is the most incredible, immense mistake that the world created and didn't solve it. And they sit aside and give the people of the world to listen to the creation of the saga that the Palestinian people were here for thousands of years. I need to answer to those ignorants that talk to us about 1,000 years of Palestinian people when they never had a nation. There was no people. The people that were nomad, that come from nowhere, like even Yasser Arafat was born in Egypt, I think. We have to conclude that this issue that was created by the mandate to Palestine, that the United Kingdom left us. United Kingdom, I love you, Queen, but let's talk Turkey. You guys created this problem. You created this problem when you gave away a known state to a state, to Jordan. You took three-quarters of our land from the mandate without execution, the mandate of Palestine that was completely for the Jewish people. You shouldn't have given it to anybody, but you did. And now we have to start fighting on the little that we have left, and they're running the show in our government. Now we have an uproar of here in the Knesset. We have people that take money for the Islamic movement. God bless us. Let's go to a break and we'll be back after this.
Hi everyone, this is Andrea Siminto from Jerusalem, inviting you to drop everything and join me on my show, Pull Up a Chair. We'll visit this week's quirky stories, meet fabulous guests, and discover my Israel. Together we'll laugh, shout, and explain the topics that make us say, hey, we've got to talk about that. So get comfortable and pull up a chair with me, Andrea Siminto, every Thursday on Israel News Talk Radio.
And we are back. It's Orly Benny Davis, and this is from Jerusalem with Love. We were talking to United Kingdom about the mess that they left after the mandate, and anybody who said that Israel occupied, well, this was, the mandate to give the Jewish people the homeland. That means that they were supposed to end it, to handle it, but they didn't. They brought more Arabic, and they make the white paper to create just Arabic nation instead of giving it to the Jewish. A lot of wrong that you guys have to apologize in some form, but I'm not saying that. But right now, I want you to pick a bone with you about Prince Harry. Prince Harry, he is the orphan of Lady Diana. Lady Diana, bless her soul, left him, heredity. He was supposed to get it. And for some reason, you guys think now he's becoming an American, is an American issue. It will become an American issue if people of the royal family and all will not back off if this Prince Harry that we all love and care for, and he is the guy that make you all interesting because he is incredibly with all his color. But the fact of the matter that you are pondering him like there is no tomorrow, took all there is money, is a heredity. This is like taking an American citizen money from another country. Oh, the royal family. No, you cannot do that. You cannot do that, and it's his, and he's the son of Lady Diana, bless her soul, and we are objecting to it morally. You guys have no moral ground to treat this child, this prince, like you treated him. You took your prince away. He will always be the prince. He will be always Lady Diana's son. And we love her so much. We cried mountain when she died. America, we were sharing. I even have a letter from President Clinton that I wrote about Lady Diana that is answering to me that we all grieve. You don't understand what a person in such a magnitude, Lady Diana, did to the world. She gave us hope of humanity. She made England look great, graceful. We accumulate so much trust in you all because of Lady Diana. When she was gone, when she was accidentally whatever, she was dead because of, incapacity to protect her and negligence that you guys treated her. Now you're going after her son because, I don't know, there was a fuss between the two ladies that married to them. You guys, this is maybe a saga that used to be in the whole time of old little England that we all see movies, and can you believe that you guys grow to be so much and so humongous. But right now, once he's on American soil, once he become an American, he's ours. He's our free prince, and we'll call him the way we wish, and we will protect him. And his money is his money. You have no right to take it away, to make him suffer even more, because he wasn't even in line to the crown. He's in line, but he's very far from the crown. He's never, you send him to Kandahar to protect, Afghanistan. You send him everywhere. He did everything he could in the book to make you happy. He was a sad soul, and he found a happy marriage, and an happy lady that loved him with all his heart. And she's of color, so it be. Whatever, she's fantastic. We all appreciate the love he gave her and what he cares for, and you guys have no right to interfere. And yes, he can badmouth you all. That's what you do to all the rest of the world for so many centuries. So it's about time you just drop it. And I had a Twitter with, I think, one of your ladies, and I said, just go make your tea and leave Prince Harry alone, because we're going to help him. We're going to help him because we love him, we care for him, and we feel dearly about his deceased mother that left us in no time, and the tears that we shed over her will never, never be forgotten. So back off from Prince Harry. And that's what I said. But I'll come back on the Palestinian issue, that still you need to apologize that you took and you built a country from nothing to Jordan. Jordan is a river. You took the name of a Jordan and said, okay, let's make like a country from nothing. That's actually, in diplomatic case, they said this is the culmination of success when you create a country from nothing. And now you want to create a problem in this incredible issue with a Palestinian where everybody is silent. And you let them blurb about what, the West Bank. The West Bank is a disputed territory, and they let the United Nations say that this Palestinian, since when we agreed about it. What about Jerusalem? Jerusalem, the city of a holy city of everybody in the world. This is the essence of God's presence in the world, and Islam does not do the trick. We did the trick because we had God present. This is all the culmination of centuries of recording. We knew that, God can be there. That's why they hidden the Ten Commandments, and the Ark of the Covenant is hidden someplace, and it's going to be back when we're going to build it. But you guys are coming from devastation to devastation, with a corona, to the storms, to the water, to a crisis, to fire, and you don't see God's end in all of this. You don't even understand what spiritual being or essence is. And I must remind you all, you have to understand that the Jewish people here are only a messenger. And when I talk to you as a messenger, I don't pretend to take over or be in control of you. Who cares? You do whatever you want. But our important thing is to give God's honor. And you gave it to the Islam that live by the weapon. They kill, they destroy, and those people who think that they're thousands of years Palestinian when Islam was the last that was created, and created for nothing. They took here and took there, and they created, and then they pray 5 times a day for what? How to kill a Jew. That's what they pray for. And what I'm saying to you all, it's about time you get your stuff together and you get off our neck and get off Jerusalem, holy sites, and remember that the holiness needs to come back. If not, it's pushing. You're talking about climate change? Think about God creation. You think that this galaxy and all the rest of this world is something that God is not playing it against you, and you don't listen to the signs, you don't listen to the messengers. We are telling you, if we are in danger, it's because you are all complicit in this, because the holy site's supposed to be a 9 of Av, the day of the destruction. They didn't let us pray. And what about Yom Kippur? Yeah, you talking about democracy? What kind of democracy you're selling the world? That we have no right to worship our own beloved, great God of Israel, the greatest of all, that took us from Egypt, that broke the sea for us, that gave us food through the desert, took us 40 years through the desert, gave us Moses, the man of all men, and brought us to the Holy Land, to the promised land. If it's not God working, what do you think it is? Now, if you have any God that can do better than this, well, show it up, because I don't recall that there is any in existence, because our God is one God that is your God too. The only thing is we call him because he entrusted us. We have to worship him as God of Israel. But it's not because I want you to recognize Israel and you know, the hate that you have, all the anti-Semites that have all hate for the Jewish people, it's because they have a problem with God. It's not us. We are only a vehicle. We are a conductor. We are the conduit to God. And that's why you hate us so much, because you can't stand it and think what you want to do. You want to oblivious this world and let Iran go racket all around, destroy everybody, take over the sea, take over the air, because look what happened in the sea. They took over yesterday our ship, the other week another ship. You guys, what do you thinking? It's going to go away, or they're going to just embolden themselves? And what we have to give you the information. Now, when we give you the information, what do you do with that? Nothing. Benjamin Netanyahu was crying so loud since 1996. Is boring me to death because of Iran issue. And you guys are sleeping on the job. So you that run the rest of the world that is in shambles, you have to take your action together and make a move and start deciding what you are planning for tomorrow. Because if Saudi will be attacked, they're going to take over the oil there. Because Saudi doesn't have the force. Saudi cannot handle it. You can sell it how many F-35 that you want. They cannot fight Iran. And what are you guys doing? What about action? We need to see some action. We need to dissolve this problem. Iran needs to be gone as the enemy of the world and bring back the peaceful Iran that used to be, and it can be again. And you know what about the weapon and the hiking to the F-35? We'll talk after the break.
Are you interested in transforming your life, drawing closer to the Creator, and uncovering the deeper meanings and hidden treasures in the Hebrew Bible?
Then join me, Rav Yitzhak Michelson,
And me, William Hall,
on the Science of Kabbalah, where we are seeking to narrow the gap between what we understand of our physical and spiritual worlds. So make sure to tune in every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Israel time, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, here on Israel News Talk Radio.
Hello, I am Walter Bingham. If you want to hear the news behind the news and the true perspective on world affairs, then the Walter Bingham File is the program for you. We bring you interviews with the movers and shakers, political commentaries, and on-the-spot reports of events as they happen. All here every Tuesday, 4 p.m. Israel time, 9 a.m. Eastern time. And it's all archived on our website. Make it a date.
And we are back. It's Orly Benny Davis, and this is From Jerusalem with Love. Let's start with this. Please help us bring those POW back from Hamas, because Hamas that took over the Gaza Strip and now is selling the world that they're going to protect Jerusalem. Like, you can protect Jerusalem. After we came back to the land, you gotta come and touch Jerusalem. I'll even think about you can think about it. Yeah, and it's all surrounded with Arabic villages. So when you bomb anything, it's probably will eat the Arabic villages. So by all means, it's not something that I ever suggest, but don't even try it. Anyway, so having said that, this is a month when we all start praying for a good new year. And I want you guys all in the Jewish faith, make charity, make donation to your beloved organization. We need people to help each other. It doesn't matter that you gave all year. I really don't care. Whatever you can, help people out. If it's in your community, if you're in city, if you're shul, if you're everywhere, be kind, be graceful, and please don't rub their nose in it. And you people who ask for charity, please be polite, because I get some requests that are really upsetting me. Sometimes, beggar cannot be chooser. So be nice also when you ask, and be cordial. And you know what? To send a note, thank you note, it's also nice. So from all the Israeli or the Jewish people that don't respond and say thank you, I say all to the generous soul that we have in the Jewish faith, they are all over the world, that help all over the world, and they're heroes because their charity helps foundation of schooling, of learning, of protection, of in places where they bombarded in Hamas, they help. So we love you, we're graceful, and we thank you. Okay, we thankful for you. Doesn't mean that we still not have to talk about the Reform movement. That needs to be a real Jewish movement, and stop saying that it's the same. It's not. It's gold and silver. It doesn't mix. You make sure that to get the Spirit of God, you need to be by God's rule. I didn't invent it. I did not. This is only God in me knows how. If we care for Shabbos and there is the Holy Spirit that comes Shabbos, it's because you preserve the Shabbos. I cannot tell you, listen, you can make the same Spirit come when you are running the show and making a fast and making party in Shabbat like there is no tomorrow. No, it's not going to come. I don't know why, but this is the rule of the game. You have to preserve holiness. That's why I want you guys to understand that you need to get those people out of our holy site. I don't care who they are. I don't care what the brand of, what color they are. If they're not practicing Judaism in the way that God tradition is, it means that they cannot bring the Spirit back to pray for this world, for grace. We need to pray for it. That's the only thing. Think what we're going to do there. Okay? Just imagine, oh my God, they're going to take over the holy site. Oh my God, they're going to build a temple. What will happen? We're going to pray to God. Ta-da! For all the world. This is a house for all the world to come to pray. That's the ultimate temple will be for all you guys. So I'm fighting for you all in the diaspora, all you are in the world, the non-Jews, to understand that we need the Spirit of God to protect us. If not, he'll push. And it will be more. God doesn't, he doesn't play, don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you know when you get punished, God was in play? When you get discovered, God is in play. When they find about you, wow, it happens. No, God's plays the role in everybody's life. He gives you a chance. You didn't take a chance, He will show you. And so many people that talk about spirituality that are all over, they're incredible. And they say how deep, how low God has to push you for you to understand that you need to come in the right place. Now, you guys all in the world that thinks that the Holy Land is just a name, well, I bring you the truth. Right now, we are fighting for our own existence to be Jewish here because the government took over, is deciding, with the Russian, so many Russians that we have here that are non-Jews, that they disturb them that we have a Jewish nation. They forgot that we came from Holocaust. We need to protect our heredity because we are the messenger of God. That's the culmination of all. Now they're coming in from within, and they want to destroy, eliminate all the budget from any religious schooling. Yeah, take money from school. This is like cruelty in the mix, cruelty in the mess. Never, never, never let us stop study. Never take the Bible away from us. Never touch our children who believe in God and sing to God and love God. They are the future. They are like angels. Don't touch our children and the children of the world. Children are treasure. Love them. Hug them. Give them everything you can. And by all means, you must too. Before we go, we have 5 minutes, last 5 minutes, which is the end of the show. And I appreciate everybody in the chat room that listen and all you guys that listen all around. The fact that, the F-35 was hacked in the sky, it was a default that we had recognized already years ago, okay? And the fact that somebody, the Chinese intersected and took over the plane just make you understand that the fact that we are not in the quantum computer time yet, and they are there, it's gonna make all our life difficult. But the fact of the matter is they hacked into the ship, and everybody blame Iran. Now, we know that the Iranians don't hack. They're not that good. China does. And if you think China with Iran are playing a role in the game, hacking, we are in a different ball game. So what will you do? You have diplomacy only to do, because fighting with this leadership, I don't go anywhere. With this leadership, I don't want to go anywhere. I just want a big, smart talkers and bring the old guards back and start talking business. Because I know America is the strongest military in the world, and you China have 1 billion whatever citizen, yes, but they're all under regime of dictatorship. They're not free spirits, and they'll be maybe happy sometime to get rid of you. So just remember that. Anyway, I love you all. I know it's time to go, and it's hard for me to let you go because I've been waiting for you all week long. But I hope that you have enjoyed this, and I have so much to tell you more, and there is so much information that I want. I'll be coming to America soon, so I'll be happy to make lectures. And you can write to me to orlyusa@aol.com to invite me to talk. It will be nice. Of course, it's the East Coast only at this time, but love to join you. I think that it's going to be amazing to see what the new leadership in this world will come, because God's always create a new leadership. It's not like you guys are going to be forever. If you're not good, you're going to go soon. And if this government of Israel is bad, let them go back to where they come from, because we are annoyed, we are tired, we are exhausted from their talks. We want some action, and we want God now. We want God to help us to overcome this. And I want you guys to be well, and I want the Olympics to end up in incredible rate and give us all the blessing of happiness and joy that we share together. Let's be united. Let's make this world work. Let's get rid of all the bad guys and start making some juices, good juices out of this world with God's help, of course. So be well, all the best, and make sure make sure to write to me. God bless you all. Ciao, ciao.
If you love Israel News Talk Radio, then you'll love our Facebook page. We keep you up to date on what's happening in Israel, plus little surprise treasures that we don't share on the radio. Go now to follow us on Facebook. Just look for the Israel News Talk Radio Facebook page, and don't forget to subscribe and follow us by clicking on the like button. We post great stuff there that you'll want to share. Israel News Talk Radio on Facebook and Israel News Radio on Twitter.
If you're hearing this message, everyone else can too. Advertise with Israel News Talk Radio and get your message out to people. We'll build a personalized package for you. Contact advertising at israelnewstalkradio.com.
Straight talk from Israel. You're listening to Israel News Talk Radio.
Hey, this is Jake in Anchorage, Alaska, and I love listening to all the super interesting interviews and up-to-date information on what's happening in Israel.
Hello, this is Anna King, originally from London, now living in Israel. And what can I say? Israel News Talk Radio is my cup of tea.
My name is Bhaskar. I'm from India, and I love listening because you get to know the truth and wonderful voices from this lovely country.
Mom!
Okay, wait a minute.
Hi, this is Chava Dax, and I'm calling from the rolling hills of Ma'ale Adumim, just north of Jerusalem. I always listen to Israel News Talk Radio to get all the latest news and commentary and to keep me up to date every day.
This is Sarah Dax from Ma'ale Adumim, and I'm 12. I wish Israel News Talk Radio was boring so my mom wouldn't listen to it all the time. Mom!
You're listening to Israel News Talk Radio.
News, opinion, and more. You're listening to Israel News Talk Radio.